How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great weekend so far and are ready for another big week for stocks. We're going to break down 5 companies, 5 stocks that you need to watch now. We're going to break down the charts, my thoughts, what I'm looking to do, and pretty much everything that you need to know. So hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Come on and join the free email stock newsletter and check out my Patreon for my weekly portfolio updates. If you guys are interested, that is. All of those are down below. And now let's dive into it. So we're coming off of a pretty strong Friday, a pretty strong week overall for stocks. I mean, look, on Friday, the S&P 500 went up around, 1%. I'm pretty sure all the indexes went up over 1%. And the Russell, are you ready for this, guys, went up almost 1.7%. So, yeah, needless to say, Friday was a very good green day. The VIX went down, I think 8-9%. VIX is now at 16, 17 points. So we're in a very good position right now heading into this week, right? The bulls are in a great position to maybe, just maybe, make that final push to all-time highs. Maybe that is where we're going. I don't want to say for sure this week, but maybe this week, the week after that, we're getting pretty close. SPY's at 600 points right now, and the next gap to fill is up to about 610, 613, right, which is the all-time high, 613 on SPY, so we're pretty much close. We're pretty much there. We're in striking distance, right, and on QQQ, it's the same thing. It's at 530 pretty much. If this breaks out, 530 plus, next gap to fill is 540, 542, which, you guessed it, is the all-time high. That is where we could be going. So stocks are looking great. There's nobody denying that. We're pushing all-time highs on the indexes, at least on the S&P and QQQ. A bunch of individual stocks are crushing it. And, yeah, man, we got to break down the 5 that I'm watching the closest heading into this week because all of them are reporting earnings. Let's dive into it with number 1, ticker symbol ADBE, also known as Adobe. You guys know Adobe? Yeah, this company has been struggling. The stock's been down for a while now, and you can clearly see it's still in a downtrend. If I get this channel tool out and maybe pull up this 3-year chart, right? If I zoom in a bit here, you guys maybe on the 1-year chart will be able to see it. Let me draw this out. Boom. Yeah, I mean, you're noticing it here. We're clearly in a downtrend, and even with this nice recovery rally from the lows back in April, right, we're still in a downtrend. As we're up 26% from the lows, we're still within this downtrend. So earnings for Adobe are on, I think, Wednesday. Let me double check that, though. Earnings are on the 12th. So that's in 4 days. So what is that? I guess that's Thursday. So Monday's the 9th. Tuesday's the 10th. Yeah, that's on Thursday. We're getting Adobe's earnings. So they're projecting, analysts are projecting for Adobe EPS. On average, the estimate is $4.97 versus $4.48 from last year on revenue of $5.8 billion versus $5.31 billion last year. Adobe is projecting, or analysts are projecting for Adobe to grow 9.2% year over year from the last quarter, or for the quarter they're about to report for versus last year in the same quarter. Not too bad, not too bad. And if they surprise, if guidance is strong, man, maybe finally this stock could start to break out of the downtrend. But keep in mind, guys, we're not there yet. We're not fully doing that yet, and we're actually struggling at 420 right now, which actually has been resistance for about 3 weeks, almost a month. So I'll set my alert, might as well for now, at $420 a share. Mark is at or above. And if it starts to get out of there, guys, starts to break 430, 420, 430, 435, 440, that's where the momentum could build. But we got to wait for earnings on Thursday. We're not there yet. So stock number 2, we have Oracle, ticker symbol ORCL. This thing has been gaining momentum these last couple of weeks, as a lot of stocks have, right, from the lows back in April. Oracle is now actually up 46% from the lows back in April, and now we're trading pretty much at the highs from February. We're there, February we hit about 175, 180. We're pretty much there as of right now. You're noticing it, right? So if Oracle really starts pushing through 175, 180, guys, which, mind you, it's up 45% off the lows. We're pretty overbought right now, but if momentum flushes us, or not flushes us, but pushes us through that point, $200, 190 is where we could be going. Earnings are on Wednesday after the bell. So Oracle's projecting, analysts are projecting earnings per share of $1.64 versus $1.63 from last year on revenue of $15.58 billion versus $14.29 billion from last year, up 9% year over year. Pretty good growth there. So Oracle and Adobe are projected to grow. Analysts have them doing 9% year over year. Not too bad. These companies are obviously not in their crazy growth stages as of right now. So Oracle, again, it's pretty overbought. I'd be a bit careful here, but if we're able to somehow plow through 175, 180, that's where the momentum could really start to build up. So that's Oracle. Chewy is number 3, CHWY. And by the way, guys, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in. It helps me out overall in the algorithm. So Chewy's this week, I think on Wednesday. Yeah, they're Wednesday morning, the 11th of June. And Chewy right now is not at an all-time high. It's at a high on this time frame, but we're very much still under all-time highs. All-time highs were hit back in 2021, $120 a share, and now we're at 48. So we're still well off all-time highs, but this stock has been crushing it. This stock's been up and away really over the last 6 to 8 months, but really in the last, 2 to 3 months, it's been on fire. I mean, this stock since April is up 65 freaking percent, which is unreal. And I'm a little bit nervous because it's priced to perfection pretty much right now. And it's not like they're about to have a killer quarter. I mean, analysts have them doing EPS of 34 cents, which is good, but versus 31 cents from last year. Not crazy growth there EPS-wise. And revenue, $3.08 billion is the estimate versus $2.88 billion from last year. That's up 7%. That's not bad, but clearly for a growth company, the growth has slowed down, and I'm a little bit nervous. Maybe too much is priced into the stock right now in the short term. Again, in the last 6 to 8 months, it's up a lot. In the last 3 months, it's up 65 to 70%. We got to be careful. But either way, I'm watching Chewy. They're on Wednesday. Maybe if earnings are strong, maybe guidance isn't the best. I don't know. Maybe the stock slips a little bit. That could open up an opportunity. That's what I'm waiting for here on Chewy. Number 4, we have GameStop, ticker symbol GME, which, yeah, man, we haven't talked about it much, but this stock has seemed to just stay in the mid-20s, low 30s. It seems like it's been chilling here for a little bit. And yes, it got down to the low 20s a couple months ago. Yes, it did. But man, it's been climbing up ever since really we got news last time they reported. Wow, that's crazy because it feels like it was just yesterday I made a video going over last time GameStop reported earnings. Man, this quarter went by fast because last time they reported, we got news that they're switching to a Bitcoin strategy. They're buying a bunch of Bitcoin in reserve, with all the cash they have. I think they were going to buy Bitcoin with debt or something like that. Which, if they actually bought that dip, I haven't been paying too much attention to it, honestly. But if GameStop, I'm pretty sure they bought Bitcoin right around here. I don't know how heavy or how much Bitcoin they bought, but if they were going heavy on this dip, right? Hey, Bitcoin's price. Have you guys seen the price of Bitcoin? It's gone up. Last I checked, it was well over 100K. And when they reported last time, GameStop, and they announced that, they're doing this Bitcoin strategy, kind of like MicroStrategy, right? When they announced that, Bitcoin's price was at like 70, 80K, a lot lower than where it is now. So maybe if they bought a bunch, there when Bitcoin was at 70, 80K. Now it's at 110K. Maybe that's why the stock's up, because Bitcoin's up, and GameStop, since they started buying Bitcoin, it's gone up. The stock's up 30, 40%. You know, it's interesting, right? We actually just hit $37 a share a couple days ago, actually about a week, 2 weeks ago, and now we're at 29. So we were all the way up to almost $40 a freaking share on GameStop, guys. So it's interesting. I'm curious kind of what the management team's going to tell us regarding Bitcoin, their strategy, how much they bought, what they're planning on doing in the future. It's going to be worth watching for sure. GameStop is reporting earnings on Tuesday after the bell, and analysts are projecting them to do 4 cents earnings per share versus the loss of 12 cents from last year on revenue of $754 million roughly versus $881 million from last year, down 14.5% year over year, guys. GameStop not looking pretty revenue growth wise, in this case revenue decline wise, right? But again, the fact that they bought Bitcoin, it's in their reserves. I don't know how much they bought again, but I haven't been watching too much, but that's probably bringing up the stock price, at least in my opinion. What do you guys think? The fact that Bitcoin's gone up a lot, it's helping out GameStop, right? And it's interesting times, to say the least. Am I investing in GameStop, by the way, guys? No, I'm not, but I do own Bitcoin. I do own some Bitcoin on a side note. And last but not least, Dave and Buster's, ticker symbol PLAY. They're on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. Let me double check. Yeah, Tuesday on the 10th after the bell. So not GameStop. Oh, I'm still on GameStop, guys. My mind's still there. Dave and Buster's, they're projecting, analysts are, EPS of $1.03 versus 99 cents from last year on revenue of $566.4 million versus $588 million from last year, down 3.7% year over year. So, yeah, I mean, Dave and Buster's not looking pretty revenue-wise, down 3.7% year over year. They're struggling. They're in the same position as GameStop, where their business is kind of contracting, not as much as GameStop. But yeah, Dave & Buster's stock, I mean, it's pretty much in half. It's cut in half in the last 6 to 8 months. Not looking good, but maybe just maybe earnings can turn things around. I mean, look, the stock's been downtrending. Yes, technically it's still downtrending, but it is starting to reverse a little bit on the 4-hour chart. So let's see if the bulls really take this thing higher. Potentially, right? Not guaranteed. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, guys. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join my Patreon for my portfolio updates every single week. We're posting what I'm buying. We're investing thousands of dollars a month, and we're beating the markets, guys. So if you want to see how I'm building a portfolio, full transparency, real-time buy alerts, sell alerts, options moves, all that, it is linked down below on Patreon if you guys want. No pressure. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.